Hello everyone, Gregtech here for you future YouTubians. As always, welcome back to the gtnh series. Since the last episode, I've been streaming for a little bit and we went ahead and mined out a bunch more basaltic mineral sand, so I've got lots of iron ready to go here, but more importantly, we have gypsum. And so we're gonna take our 2 stacks plus 12, which is the 140 that we need here in our list. And that's going to get us our 280 crushed gypsum. And I also need to get these fire bricks going as soon as possible because those are going to take forever in the compressor. But the problem is this macerator is still going on calcite. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to switch it over because I want it to switch over to gypsum now. Because we got it started, and then that way we'll have some gypsum that's produced, and that can help us get going on making the actual concrete and the fire bricks. So now we can put all this back in to the hopper, and that's going to give us all of our crushed calcite and gypsum, which we'll have to hammer down and then wash in the cauldron. So we already did the brick maceration and the clay dust maceration, so I think that's all ready for us. So how do we actually make the fire clay dust? Oh, that's just brick and clay dust. We've already got that. And then that goes into the steam compressor. That's it. And we need 840 of those. And I already have 26. So now I have to do the math and no, we already have more than 26. We have, what is this? 32. We have 90. 32 plus 64 is 96. So we have 96 out of 840. So I need to make, how much more? I don't know, half of that each. Oh, this is where we use a calculator. By the way, I did some Railcraft calculations. That's what all those numbers are. Equals 96 or 840 minus 96, and then equals 744 divided by 2, so we need 372 of each, which of course I need to think about how many stacks that is. So that's 5 stacks plus I think we have Exactsies on brick dust, so it's probably 52 more, because 5 stacks is 320. So that'd be 372. Yeah, that is exactly what we need. Oops. Okay, so then we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 52. Okay, and then we can just manually craft this. This is easy. Boom. 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 And a boom and a boom. All right, there we go. That is all of the fire clay dust, and it's gonna take forever to get compressing, and it's gonna use all of our steam. We have so much, we're gonna have to come back in an hour. But that's it. That's all we have to do. Once that's done, and once this is done, we'll have to do the hammering and washing in the cauldron, and we'll have to make a bunch of buckets of concrete. How does that work again? This is the best way to do that. We'll probably make the concrete on site with the dust. So we'll have all the dusts on hand. We'll be by the lake. We'll make like 10 buckets of concrete, and then we'll use that to make, you know, 60 fire bricks, and then, yeah, we can do that in a few waves. Okay. But that's where we're going here. So now we've got all the steam things running that we need to run. I also added some automation on these guys. It's not automated to get rid of the creosote though, but it is automated to at least keep the charcoal flowing from the wood. So that's pretty nice. we will need to ditch the creosote. In fact, I might just do that right now. Excuse you. So let's go shovel. And then pickaxe. Put that back. And I was looking at the math on the Railcraft liquid boilers, and the math turns out to show that to run a single 1x1 high pressure, because remember there's high pressure and low pressure boiler tanks. The high pressures are made out of steel, the low pressures are made out of iron. I highly recommend the high pressure because they're more fuel efficient. And you really don't need to make this before steel anyway, so I feel like it would be weird to make the low pressure. So a 1x1 high pressure makes up to 40 liters per tick, which if you multiply it out is actually 800 steam per second, which is quite a bit. Even just for the 1x1x1, it's just one boiler tank on top of one firebox. And that requires a 1.779 coke ovens to run it. So with these two coke ovens, I could already be getting 800 steam per tick just from the creosote. That's not even factoring in all of the charcoal, which I don't want to. I don't plan to use this charcoal for steaming the base. What I plan to do is using wood planks for steaming the base, but I think this method will get me through to, yeah, the charcoal is mostly going to be used for steel and my furnaces, at least for now. And we'll be compressing them into charcoal blocks in the BBFs. So for now, the task is to work on the bronze multi-grinder or the iron tank. I'm going to need both of those. So the two things, I think the quest book walks us through both of those as well. Yeah, this is the one we're gonna do. Oh, it's just a checkbox. But we're gonna do the one that it's showing, which is the bronze macerator. And then the other thing I want to do is the iron tank, which might have even been here. No. Where did it show the iron tank? I guess we could also work on glass. It might not be in this one, it might just be in the multi-block goals. I'm pretty sure it's in here somewhere. Yeah, it's right. No? Right here. There it is. So this guy is a lot of iron. Like a lot of iron. And glass. So I guess glass is the next thing. So let's look at how to get going on glass here. We need quartz sand. We need flint dust. And then you have to chisel the glass to a different form, which is kind of weird. Why would you do the tiny pile method? Is that more efficient? Technically, it's more efficient because you get 9 of these per flint dust. And this is using a full one to make 8 instead of a full one to make 9. But if you care that much about your flint, there's probably something else going wrong. Anyway, all we need is sand here and flint. So we should just be able to whip this up pretty quick. I'm guessing I will need another mortar or two though. And you know what? I might actually put flint on here as a recipe, because flint kind of is a tool and I need to make a decent amount of it sometimes. So let's put that in there just so we can have that ready to go. Oh, it just did the bug again. Yeah, that's a really annoying bug. That's gonna get me if I'm not careful. Thankfully, the bug, I'm sure, will be fixed at some point, but for right now, it's getting me. What's happening is if the thing I'm making is already in the chest, it will make infinite of it. It'll make as much as it possibly can. So, that is a little bit of a problem. If it stacks into the chest, it'll just keep making it. Anyway, what I'm trying to do right now was something else. I was going to take these guys and get... Is that not what you do? Oh, do I actually need the macerator itself? Oh, it's shaped crafting. I didn't expect that. Okay, there we go. I figured it would just be regular old crafting. Okay, and then we need to make... Oh, you only get one tiny pile per flint. Oh. Wait. Is there a better way to do this? Yeah, the macerator's much better. Problem is the macerator's busy. So... I think we're just gonna say screw it. It's just flint. We have all the gravel. And I guess some smooth stone is the other cost. We should probably make some more smooth stone while we're thinking about it. Let's make 2 more stacks here. Okay, so then first we want to make more flint. Then we need to make more macerators, mortars, whatever they're called. And then we need that and that. Okay, then we've got boop, 64 glass dust, and we chuck that into the smeltery to get molten glass. Let me just make sure we're doing this right. Yeah, I think that's all we gotta do. Okay, and pretty soon we're gonna need to grab more lava. We're down to about half a tank here. Does anyone remember how I can easily get rid of stuff that's in here? Like if I wanted to get rid of this seared stone. Do you just dump what's there and then mine this block? I think that's the easy way at this stage. Yeah. Did I find any wizard towers? No. Or wait, what do you mean by wizard tower? Do you mean the roguelike dungeons? Yes, I have found those. But isn't wizard tower also a thing in the Twilight Forest? We're definitely nowhere near that sort of situation. But... okay, well that takes a second, and then we will soon have glass. And then that's used in a few different recipes. I am a little bit concerned. What I was just looking at this guy, which uses glass panes. Oh, okay, I can get glass panes. Good. I can just cut glass with a saw. Okay, I was like, can I make those yet without the cutting machine? Come on, this takes forever. Jeez. Does it tell you how long it takes in here? It actually doesn't. Wow, that's a lot of... oh, I guess 27 blocks rather than ingots. What if I cast it into here? Does that get us a pane? It gets us a clear glass pane, but that's worse because... no, that's better. Wait. It's better. So if I care about the glass panes, that's actually what we want. But the problem is this doesn't use... I guess it can. It can use the clear glass pane. Perfect. Okay. So we'll do 4 of those because we're going to need 2 iron tank gauges. What's the gauge for again? Place the valve on its bottom side of the center. Huh. The panes cannot be chiseled, but we do need 4. We can use the 4 of them for... Gauges are just the windows, but they're cheaper on iron. Oh, I see. Because 1 block of this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. But these are really 3 and 3. So that's 6, 7, 8, 9. Right now we're at 5 iron per iron tank wall. Yeah, it's just 2 less plates for the same. So I could use mostly gauges, and it looks nicer. It's only 1 pane per gauge. That's not very much. This is kind of annoying to make, but... Screws are half an ingot in Steam? Is that true? Wait. What Steam machine are we talking about using here? To make screws, you need a lathe. And to make the bolts, you need a cutting machine. And to make rods, you need things that we can't do in Steam. So yeah, the screws are still 1 ingot a piece. You can only use gauges on the side walls and not corners. Okay, well that's fine. Let's make some more blocks here. Keep this running. I'm gonna pause the recording. We're gonna work on this for a minute and maybe some few other sundries, and we'll come back when we've got some more progress. Alright, future YouTubians, welcome back. We've done a few things. One thing is we built a mock-up of the size of the iron tank that we're gonna build. So the final plan, I think, is we're gonna do a 5 diameter and we're gonna do 4 height. But we can later expand the height if we really need to. It's not that expensive to expand the height compared to the other dimensions. So the total cost for that is gonna be 56 iron tank walls, 24 iron tank gauges, and that's going to require this much iron plates. So we need almost 150 iron plates for this, and a lot of iron screws, which also are 1 ingot each right now. So this is pretty pricey. We're talking like 5 stacks of iron, or 6 or 7 stacks of iron for all of this. So all that being said, that's the iron tank plan. And then what we're going to do right now, we've got our fire clay running. I added a 3rd boiler so we could do a little bit of forge hammering. And then we're gonna grab all this fire clay and we're gonna get this smelting into fire bricks. So we'll throw these in some furnaces and get fire bricks going. And then what we also need to do is think about iron. I have a lot of iron in terms of like raw ores, so I'm just gonna start smelting it. I'm gonna get 5 stacks going, and maybe another 2 stacks of copper. Because I know we don't get perfect efficiency this way, but we've got lots of iron and we're gonna get lots more, so we'll be ore doubling soon enough when we get the bronze grinder. Chad asked a question, is this Steam indicator new? And yes, it is. It's this is a new 2.8 thing. It's really cool. This thing's almost filled up. Once this is totally full and the pipes are totally full and these start to back up a little bit, then I can maybe make the red alloy plates, or I could just say screw it and make the red alloy plates the hard way. Because what I'm trying to do right now is actually work on the steam grinder. So this thing is a lot of bronze, and it also requires the tumbaga, and it requires some steel for the ULV fluid tanks. So we're pretty close to being able to make it. The gold might be a problem, and the amount of bronze might be a problem. So this project's gonna have to finish because we're gonna need the steam power for forge hammering all that bronze. Sometimes it's good to be inefficient to be efficient. Exactly. So yeah, I mean, this is kind of where we're at. I'll probably pause the YouTube recording again because we've got a lot of just faffing about with all these various things. I can keep getting more glass cubes. We can, what else can we do? There's gotta be some other project we can work on. Oh, I know what it was. I was gonna make the extractor. So let's get that guy. We only need a piston for that. And I don't think we have enough bronze, though. Yeah. So I may have to alloy some bronze here. Let's do 18 and 6. Just can't afford bigger batches right now because that uses so much. I don't even know if I can afford that much. Yeah, I can do bigger pipes to hold more steam, but I already have enough of a steam buffer right now. The bigger pipes just cost lots more bronze. Like, they cost a lot of bronze right now. The large bronze fluid pipes, I think are... Isn't it 6 plates per pipe? Yeah, we can't afford that right now. That would be like over a stack of bronze just to rebuild this with the large pipes. And we are busy using lots of our steam to get all our gypsum and pyrite and everything. This project is still a ways away from being done as well. We did the math on how many seconds it's going to take. It's like a 2-hour project, and so is this one. So we're going to need to be able to work around those power requirements for a little while. Okay, we got 12 bronze there. And then I should be able to forge hammer that 12 bronze. Oh, never mind. The forge hammer's stuck right now with the red alloy ingots in it. You know what? I'll just make bronze the expensive way. The classic way. This. And then we need a bricked hole, bronze hole. And then the steam extractor, we're missing some regular glass. So the way to make regular glass is you take these bad boys and you chisel them. It's weird, because normally you chisel things to get more fancy looks, but in this case you chisel it to get back to the standard. And there's your standard glass. And there's other kinds of fun glasses. There's ones that mobs can't spawn on, by the way, which is really useful for like having skylights that, you know, can still work. I think we're gonna cut down on the number of skylights over time. And what we'll probably do, because I'm planning on putting all my power related, like the steam generation up here with the tanks. So some of these skylights are gonna disappear. So I'll probably just have fewer of them, and we'll have to get glowstone going. We're not too far from the nether, and once we get glowstone strips and everything, we can start making fun looks. Anyway. Get that glass in there. And let's see, what am I doing? We're making a piston. So I should have pistons already ready to go, but this is, I think, the wrong page for them. Or is it? I'm not organized right now. I think I want pistons and hoppers and stuff like that to be on this page. Or do I? No, well, chests are on this page. I guess I actually want the bronze hole to be on a different page. I want like Gregtech-y stuff to maybe have its own page. Definitely don't need that. But yeah, why don't we just add in the piston to this page? Huzzah! And our inventory explodes, but it does work. It is... Wait, no, I think it glitched out again. Why do I have 12 extra shortwood sticks? That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I think it's because we had carpenter's blocks already in here. It's definitely still buggy. Oh yeah, I think I can buy pistons with coins. Yeah, you can buy some with technician coins. Are those the ones we have a lot of? Actually, they are. So that's one that's worth buying. Can we buy them yet? Is a different question. We can. Ha 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 ha. Good call. What else can we buy right now? I mean, sticky resin, but that's explorer coins, which you don't get quite as many of. Cotton, we don't really need. There's not much else at this point that we can buy. That's an exchanging for types of tin ore. That's not really necessary. Oh, you can get some calcite for blacksmith coins, but that's 100 blacksmith coins? Do I even have that? I guess I do. That would have been a way to get calcite. Anyway, our next new machine is the steam extractor. Look at that. I'm gonna have to bring steam over the roof here or something. Wait, no, that doesn't even work. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have to rearrange all this, I think. I put away my nice wrench, didn't I? Well, for now, I'll put it here. No, that's too in the way. Okay, and then we're gonna need some pipes. Bring it back over. Blop, 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 blop. And that. Go ahead and shutter it in that direction. Probably best if we don't have sloshing in the other directions. Let's see if I can reach that one. Okay. Oh, is the exhaust blocked by a pipe? I would have thought that would be okay. But when would it fail if it was going to fail? Because it seems to be running. You know what? I don't think I should have enabled it. Oh, it fails at the end of a recipe. I'm gonna stop that. Okay, so we need to go above then. Yeah, there it is. But wait, didn't I already disable the machine? Why did it just now obstruct? Weird. Okay, so ditch that, you go up. Okay. Well, that was eventful. And then that'll slowly fill up with steam someday. Oof. This is a project. Okay, and we're gonna redo probably what our bronze machine wall looks like. I might move the whole thing over to this area, actually. This was just our initial setup, and we don't have enough space with this door being here. I could also just carry the bronze over and have both. But also we're using, like, hoppers into double chests, and we want to switch to using, like, iron chests. There's all sorts of changes, so this is still very the bootstrappy. But yeah, so back to the quest book. Wait, what? Oh, I needed 6 glass to finish that. Okay, are you happy now? Yay! And then I will take that. I swear, why is this a crafting task? This is so dumb. Alright, what's the command again? It's like BQ admin equals true. What is it? BQ admin equals true. BQ admin true. BQ admin edit. Thank you. All right, now what do we have to do again to complete this? We go to edit. No. Yeah? Oh, click this, edit? No. We do edit. Oh, designer, that's right. Designer, click. Designer, manual complete, that one. Done. Goodness. Alright. Because we literally just did that. And we didn't even get the fun noise for it. I don't understand design, like game design wise. It just makes no sense to have those be crafting tasks. There's no, it just punishes the player for not having held 6 glass. That's all you accomplish. Like, you don't teach the player anything by having that be a crafting task versus a retrieval task. So I really would love for someone to go through and fix almost all of the crafting tasks. I'm trying to even think. There could be 1 or 2 or 5 or maybe 10 places where the crafting task makes sense from a design perspective. But when the whole idea is it's just leading you down a path for how to make something, it does not make any sense for it to be a crafting task. It's just bad. You can make mud armor, by the way, so that's a thing. And you can get that with the extractor on mud. What else is this? Spectre glass. You can walk on, but mobs cannot, but they think they can, so they fall through. That's kind of interesting. And then now that we have the extractor, we can make, or with the new alloy smelter. Oh, this is obsidian dust and thickened glass. Obsidian glass, which allows us to make our first fluid tanks. Because we can make this obsidian glass now. So we've been able to do that as soon as we made glass. And then, what's this? Oh, just the high pressure steam extractor. No big deal there. And yeah, now the nether would be the next thing kind of in that chain. So, sweet. What did I want to extract? Was it slime to slime crystals? I think it was slime crystals. Slime crystals are made by compressing slimy mud. We don't have the molds yet. Which is slime balls, but slime balls are made from extracting the congealed green slime. So that's all good to go once we have more steam. These things are slow to fill up. And yeah, our gypsum is almost done, but then we got a lot of calcite to go. And then we got lots more fire bricks still to go. So maybe I'll go do some mining or something. This is gonna take forever. I'm gonna pause the recording now. We'll come back when there's more to talk about. All right, welcome back, future YouTubians. You'll notice some changes. So I decided while we're waiting for everything to get done, we were gonna move the coke ovens because we're eventually gonna have 2 more. And so we're putting them, oh no, I just realized I did not count correctly. But we're putting them on these little feet, which I think look pretty good. And so we can feed in the wood there. The charcoal comes out the front. And then along the back, we can have faucets, which I took out of my inventory, to dump into some pipes. And so that's the goal here. And so this one will be there, and this one will be right here. And then we need to do line mode, which is that. And then we can make all the shutters go the right direction. And then shutter that way. I guess I don't have an easy way to get up here, so we should probably make a little staircase. So this is gonna be the creosote path. And it'll come over here, and then we've already got the water over here, so we've got our liquid fuel and water in the same place. Doesn't 2 observers facing each other though make an instant clock, like it goes every tick? I don't want a clock that fires off every tick. Okay, and what I'm looking for here was the faucets. Here we go. And then apparently I need to make a few more of the legs because we screwed this up and didn't count right. So I need 2 more. So the way we did that was just with the good old forge micro blocks. So we've got a slab cut in half sideways, these pillars. Wait, we didn't want pillars, we wanted posts. So we had posts, and then we had panels. Panels go flat on the ground, posts go sticking through them. So here's where our next 2 coke ovens will go. And the bonus, I don't know if bonus is the right word, but we are actually able to make coke oven blocks in the alloy smelter, so we don't have to do all the hard work of the grout and the water buckets and everything. Yeah, these go here. I'm gonna place those there preemptively. And then now I can go bloop, bloop, and all that creosote just gets thrown into this fluid pipe. Now we don't have anything we can do with it yet, but off it gets whisked. Thankfully gravity's not a thing. I'm so thankful gravity's not a thing in these pipes. So yeah, the creosote's gonna end up, you know, backed up pretty soon here in this pipe. And then we'll make our little railcraft boilers here, and then we'll probably put the big iron tank maybe on this corner of the house. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. It's already semi-automated, and the other 2 coke ovens require a bunch more of the coke oven bricks, which we can make in the alloy smelter with just sand and clay. The problem is it's kind of expensive steam-wise, so $3.20 a second. Oh look, all the fire bricks are done, or the fire clay. Sweet. So the fire clay is getting there. I've already smelted a bunch in these. We'll smelt the final 3 stacks here. I also went mining for diamonds, so we got some diamonds. And I smelted some random iron and copper. Okay. For now I just put all the fire bricks in here, but you can see we've got a lot. And we're really close to being done then, because this is the final calcite happening. So let's maybe put away the wood And then the dirt. Guess we just trash some of it. Don't know what I'm doing with all my diamonds and stuff. Put the chisel away. Don't need these random blocks. Okay. So that's good. So now I'm grabbing, we need to hard hammer all of the calcite. Because we needed 140. No. Sorry. Wait, what's 280? It's 4 plus 24. Uh-oh. Wait, did I do something wrong? This is not enough calcite. Oh, the calcite's not done. It's gypsum that's done. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 plus 24. Perfect. So then we need to come over to... I mean, I could just forge hammer this. Or I can use the hard hammer. The forge hammer is going to take 640 steam. Yeah, that's too much steam to do all of this. I'll just waste some iron here. How much iron am I wasting, though? Is this, like, really bad? Yeah, this is a lot of iron we're spending to do this. Maybe I don't want to spend all that iron. I can probably at least get half a stack done at a time here without it running out of steam. Because we do have 3 boilers now. Okay. So we'll use the forge hammer for that part, and then this part we throw into the cauldron, which we're gonna have to refill a few times. No other solutions other than that. And that gets us our gypsum dust. So let's go grab a few buckets of water. We should double the sextuple. No. We are not doing 12. We are not doing 12 brick blast furnaces. That would be absurd. It, like, maybe for a multiplayer server. But yeah, no, that's ridiculous. I need to keep collecting this wood too. I should probably increase the size of this tree farm. It's not very expensive to do so. Am I eating the ocean? Yes, we are eating the ocean. In fact, all right, another stack into the forge hammer. Put away the water buckets. And we're actually really close now. This is exciting. All right, I'm gonna pause the recording again, and then I'll come back when we've got more of this stuff done. All right, future YouTubians, welcome back. Right there, you just saw the final stone dust getting macerated. We now officially have all ingredients to make 6 bricked blast furnaces, except with one little tiny exception, and I hope I didn't do any of the math wrong. We don't have the iron furnaces yet for the controllers. And so that's gonna need a lot of iron plates. So I kind of realized that here at the last minute. So what we're gonna have to do is shove lots of iron into the forge hammer here. And that takes 640 liters a second. We're making 360 liters a second. You can do the math, but it's not enough to actually run it. So this will slowly drain. Hopefully we have enough here to get this stack done. But we'll have to come back and visit that. But while that's working, we can go start the crafting. So I don't remember, the trapdoor is new. I don't remember when I did that, but I don't think you guys have seen that yet. So now we can get out. And I went ahead and set up a crafting station so we can do auto crafting here. And what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to fill the buckets, and then we're gonna auto craft the concrete to fire brick. We're gonna auto craft that whole thing in one. So what I want to do, and this is, I'm keeping track of that for the count. Maybe like, I don't even know what my organization is at this point. Need one for like temporary stuff. I feel like that's what this is already. Anyway, let's do... Yeah, we want this one. And then we want the concrete, bucket of concrete in there. And then we want to turn that into a crafting thing. And then I want to do 10 at a time. Wait. Is that right? Yeah. Yeah, so we'll get 10 buckets of water. And then that should be good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we need to put away like our weapons and stuff into our backpack. This is an exciting moment, folks. Oh, well, it's a less exciting moment. I can't put these back in, can I? Oh, I can. Okay, you're right. I can do 5 at a time. Maybe I should have done a little more. Because, yeah, you have to have one full and one empty at the same time. Okay. So there we go. So now we should be able to hit Shift-C on this. And it just hashtag works and makes 5. Oh! And then... Oh yeah, maybe I do only need one empty because the auto crafting will make it 1 at a time. That's a good idea. So let's go 9 at a time then. Didn't quite work. It tried. Let's try like 8. Whatever. If I just keep hitting Shift C, it works. Doesn't really matter. Weird, why is it... Yeah, I don't know what's going on. If I do 5, it does the wrong thing because I think it thinks that I'm gonna have more? Yeah, that seemed to work properly. What? If I do 5, it doesn't actually work properly. Weird. Yeah, there's definitely still some bugs with the auto crafting. Like, it's not using the ones in my hotbar properly. Is that the problem? That shouldn't be the problem. If that's a problem, it's doing something wrong. No, it still didn't work it right. It doesn't make any sense to me. Why is it doing 3 and then stopping? Ah, it doesn't matter. We'll just hit Shift C twice. 3 times. Get there eventually. I just gotta say, this is a lot easier than it used to be. This is so nice. This is so nice. It almost seems random, so it's like not doing the same thing every time. Which is really odd. Alright, I need to go fire up some more iron plates here. Assuming... Yeah, we've got a decent amount of steam ready to go. Do another stack plus 2. I don't know if this is enough. How many do we actually have? Yeah, it's not enough yet. We're getting close, though. This is exciting. We're almost there. Is it 5 more? No. Okay, 16 more, I think. We'll do 8 there. And then 8 more. Boom. 140 flippin' fire bricks. Not cheap. Let me tell you what. But we did it. 140 fire bricks. And now we just need a bunch of iron plates. And iron furnaces need stone furnaces. So we are going to need to make some more gravel, or flint, I mean. And we need plenty of cobblestone here. And we'll just do, let's see, we need to go make a couple mortars, a couple sets of flint here. And then we should be able to grab iron furnace. Well, what we actually want is this. And then that goes below it. Like that. And then I want to make 6 of those. Why don't I just do one at a time? So we need 28 plates each. Oh, and then I need the furnaces. There we go. Okay, so then 1 done. How many plates do I have? 117. I can go like 3 more. Woo! Gaming! Alright, and then we need more iron ingots. It would have been unthinkable without the auto crafting. Oh, not really. You use the forestry work tables was the old way to do it. I did a 4x BBF last season, and like it was annoying, but it's still far more difficult to get all the ingredients than it is to do the crafting part. The crafting part for 4x was rough. 6x wouldn't have been insane. It's definitely easier now, but it's not like, I don't know. It still felt like a relatively small pain compared to the pain of getting all the ingredients. The ingredients are certainly the hard part. Okay, so I still need 28 times 2, which we have. So this is it. I'm missing a little bit of flint. Of course I am. There it is. 6 bricked blast furnaces. And where am I gonna put these? Are we gonna put them on the roof? I feel like the roof is a good space for them. I may have to remove a skylight for it. Because they're gonna be 7 tiles by 5. It's 7 by 5. So where do I want that? I could also put it, I have pollution turned off. I'm not weird. I could put it over here. And then it's nice and close to the fuel. Though we're gonna throw this into the compressor and stuff anyway, so I don't know. I kind of like having them in a separate spot. I think I'll put it on this corner of the roof. So, oh, I gotta go get rice started, so I'm gonna pause the recording real quick and we'll be back. All right, future YouTubians, we're back. We got rid of the skylight and we're gonna make 6 bricked blast furnaces. Oh my goodness, this is crazy. I'm gonna try 2 tiles away from the roof. We'll see how this looks. If it's not great, we can change it, but that might be fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect. So this is the floor. Oh, I need the wrench. Oh my goodness. Yes. Yes. The price has been massive, but the benefit is immeasurable. Wait, what am I doing? Controller, controller, controller. I need another block type here. Controller, controller, controller. Okay. Rid of that. Alright, and then these placed. Okay, and then we just need the borders. Should be like this, if I'm not mistaken. Ah, we had exactly the right amount. It's almost like the math works. It's real. It assembled. We have 3 bricked blast furnaces. And we have 6 bricked blast furnaces. Oh my goodness. Well, we're gonna struggle to power these because they use tons of fuel. But yeah, so the main idea is that we take iron ingots and we throw them into brick blast furnace. And we get steel. And you can use coal coke, you can use all sorts of things. Can you do block? I forget. Block of steel or just the blocks of coal coke? Yeah, you can do iron blocks as well. But it's not like you get any bonuses or anything. So, yeah. At this point, block of charcoal is what we're going to be using for the most part. So, because we get 10% more burn time out of it, so you take your 9 charcoal, compress it, and you get 10 times the burn time. And you get to smelt 10. Is that right? So for steel ingots, it's 4 charcoal per steel. Yeah, that's a lot. Or how many blocks of charcoal? 4 blocks of charcoal for 10. Yeah, that's a lot of charcoal. So 4 stacks of charcoal will only get you 10 stacks of steel, and that's 40 stacks. No, what am I saying? No, 4 blocks is only 36 charcoal. Right. The important part is that you need like 36 charcoal for only 10 steel. So for a stack of steel, you need like 4-ish stacks of charcoal. It's a lot. Yeah. So at this point, we want to keep going with making our coke oven. Also, did we finish the quest? No, I need to actually make some steel ingots. Yeah, it takes a long time per craft, but you let it run in the background. It's chunk loaded. You know, that's why we have 6 of them. What's the craft time for just an ingot? Where are you? So many things to do. It's only 4 minutes for a single ingot. Six minutes? Oh, because we're not using coal coke. Yeah, coal coke goes faster than just regular coal. Like the coke is a special thing. And if you're wondering how to make coke, well, you need the pyrolyse oven. So that's obviously on our wish list for eventually. And I think there's another way to make it before then, isn't there? Yeah, I think it's this way. This guy, the advanced coke oven brick, which is infernal bricks, which you get with hotnet. Yeah, it's a pain in the butt. Oh, you're right, you're right. We can just put the coal back in the coke oven. But you can't put charcoal. That's what it is. You can't put charcoal back in the coke oven to make coke. So... yeah, it has to be real coal. Anyway, let's grab... we did get some real coal from mining diamonds, and then I wanted to grab some iron ingots, which I think we have another stack over here somewhere. And then, yeah, I mean, at this point, we just need gobs and gobs and gobs of charcoal. So, oh yeah, that's what I was doing. We were in the middle of putting clay and sand into the alloy smelter to make coke oven bricks. I can put the rest in. That's actually less. We're making 360 a second. So we can make the rest of our coke oven bricks, and that will allow us to make 2 more coke ovens. 4 coke ovens should provide a modest amount of... we can always add more later, but 4 is good for now. And throw in some more wood for those. Keep the charcoal flowing. And yeah, I mean, this is all there is to it. Look at that. Steel is now happening. That is a monumental milestone right there. Yeah, the charcoal pile igniter is a whole can of worms as well. I forget what tech tier it's at. I did make it last time. I'm not sure if I felt like it was worth it. It's a lot of manual work. Yeah, we can kind of already make it actually now that we have steel. But basically what you do with it is it won't even show you the multi-block, because the multi-block is that you fill it, like you have a hollow dirt box, and the top has this controller, and the bottom layer is bricks, and you basically fill the entire inside with wood logs, and then you can click one button and it turns the whole set of logs into charcoal. It's a lot of charcoal in one go, so that part's cool, but it's a giant pain in the butt to fill it up. And there's no perfect building wands at this stage, so it's really a lot to make a bunch of charcoal. If you're a slower player, it's easier to just make a few more coke ovens and have those running in the background. Because it's a lot of manual work to do it, but it does get you a lot of coke or charcoal fast. But yeah, this is our first steel. Now it's actually automated. That feels really good. And we're gonna have to expand our wood farm here and expand our coke oven creation to get more charcoal. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna set up our first IC2 fluid boilers over here. I can run one of them already. So the first thing I'm gonna be doing with my steel, enemies are so annoying, is using the firebox. So we're gonna make one of these, which is what? 4 steel. I guess those are quite a lot. So we'll need 6, 9, 12. 12 steel and some bronze, plus this one, which is another 9, 11. So we need about 25 steel for a 1x1 high pressure boiler. You can forge hammer these, right? Without LV? Yeah, you can. Okay, I just wanted to double check that we could actually smush the steel ingots properly. So yeah, there you go. That is the process. I don't know what else to say. I'm feeling pretty good about this. Not even using the other 4. You know, that's a good point. Look, we went all this way. We went through all that work. We should at least fire up the other ones, even if we're not making a ton of steel with each. We'll make 2 in each to kind of get things rolling here. So we can have all 6 running at the same time. Oops, I didn't put enough in these. No, I don't actually have enough. Here, I'll steal 2 from there. Okay, there we go. Oh, beautiful. The other firebox only takes iron. Well, yeah, but that's a solid firebox. I need a liquid fueled firebox. That's the whole point. Because I want to make use of the creosote. This creosote, as long as I keep these coke ovens running, this is providing me. Putting buckets in the no, that's awful. Putting buckets in the solid one requires manual labor. The whole point is to automate this process. That's why I have the creosote in the pipes, and that'll just feed directly in, and then I get steam without any manual intervention, except for I do need a redstone clock to keep these emptying. It requires 2 hoppers and 1,000,000 buckets, or you have to automatically refill. You would need item pipes to actually automate that properly, to recycle the empty buckets back into the input of the... And you would need a ULV tank. So you'd have to have the tank. Yeah, it would work with item pipes. But I don't think that's worth all of it when you can just feed the creosote into the steel one. You save a few steel, but steel's not expensive anymore. That's the whole point of what we just did. Steel's not expensive anymore. You cannot wall share coke ovens. Nope. Which is sad. Alright, are you guys done yet? Almost? Almost done with our first 2 steel. It really is crazy it takes 6 minutes. Oh, we have pollution turned off, so we don't have to worry about that. So yeah, next on the list, there it is. There's our first steel. We also get these dark ashes, which we want to hold on to. We want to grow our tree farm. Just make sure we always have enough wood for our coke ovens. We want to make the other 2 coke ovens. We want to... I don't know, there's so much... It's so hard to fall into these little 1-tile holes. Can't wait for the jetpack. Alright, this is working, but we actually have a good amount of coke oven bricks. Almost enough for the next one. Wait, did I not do the math right? I think I only put enough in here for 1 coke oven. Oh, it's because I ran out of clay. I'm gonna need to go find some more clay, or we could... It's not easy. We could get clay dust from the terracotta and then rehydrate it with buckets. It's kind of a pain in the butt. It's also only 75% efficient, but at this point it's probably easier to just go out and find a couple stacks. Yeah, but I don't have mud either. And that's kind of just as much work too. Without a mixer, there's really no easy way to just get clay, the wet clay. So this is where we're at right now. It's fine. We'll get more coke ovens in the coming episodes, and we'll probably revamp where I'm probably gonna move all this onto like this corner. This is gonna be maybe the bronze corner. And I'll probably turn this wall into more of a storage solution, potentially, is kind of my thought. And then what else? Up here, we'll get the steam production going from the creosote. Once we have 4 coke ovens, we'll have 2 of them. And that'll produce enough steam to get me into early LV even. So that'll be nice. Oh, and then the other big project is making a ton of iron to make the steam tank. Right. The steam tank for the storage of steam. Okay, but here's this. I guess I'll take gold ore berries. That could be a useful way to get some early gold. Set up an oreberry farm. But yeah, this iron tank is what we're going for to store all the steam. And then from there... Oh, I can force complete these. We did more than this. I can just retrieve it later though, so that works. Oh. We even get 5 LV loot bags from that. That's actually pretty good. Can you join? No, this is not a multiplayer game. So yeah, the high pressure boiler tank. We have so many things to do. Railcraft tank to hold the steam, these to make the steam, and then finally the bronze grinder. Though, what all did we need for the? I mean, we're pretty much ready to make this, right? The other reason I want to rush the bronze grinder is it's so wait. Why does the grinder doesn't have its own quest? That's really weird. These other ones do. These multi-blocks have very specific IO blocks. Anyway, it is odd that the bronze one doesn't have its own thing. Probably because it does on the Steam Age page. Not just links to the same one. So I must be missing it if it's on here. Anyway, what do we need for this again? Just some pistons. We need the bronze plated bricks, so lots and lots of bronze. We need some hoppers. We do need a little bit of gold, but not that much at the end of the day. And then we need a steam hatch, which comes from this. I can now make Gregtech fluid tanks, which is also awesome, with our steel plates. So it's not the top quest, it's the bottom right one. Bottom right, like down here? Or do you mean back in the mass production? Oh, there it is. Oh yeah, okay. Those icons, if I zoom in, it's much more helpful. It's weird that they're both there. I guess it sort of makes a weird sense, but... Anyway, that's that. So we're really getting into the meat of the pack now, and I'm about to get the steel quest. So let's at least get that done, and then we'll say goodbye to you future YouTubians. There it is, 8 steel, homegrown, free range steel ingots. It's so nice. Yes. That feels good. Okay. Get a lime jelly sandwich. That is a weird type of jelly to use in your sandwich, I will say. And I will force complete this one and this one because we've already done all that. I guess I can do this one just by picking up the tool forge. This one I can't really do I don't want to make more obsidian, and I could have made an ingot and melted it back down without any cost to myself. So that one we've already done basically. I probably will make some steel chests at some point, because steel's cheaper than gold for me at this stage, I think. They're pretty pricey. 8 steel plates plus 2 screws. But yeah. Sweet, sweet. So for those of you from future YouTube, we will be continuing to work through the quest book as always in the next episode. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next one.